Alright, I'm here with Luke Rudkowski. We Are Change, New York City.
Understand the orders you are taking right now are unconstitutional. Yes. Understand right now what you guys are doing here today will play effect throughout history.
How do we know, how do the American people know that 9/11 wasn't staged, wasn't engineered by you, David Rockefeller, the Trilateral Commission, the CFR, and Bilderberg Group, sir?
If you meant to pull the firefighters out, why didn't you say evacuate the firefighters? And there's also FEMA reports and first responders that I know personally that firefighters were already out that building before you made that statement. So can you please clarify your statement?
Luke, just tell me a little bit about how you started such a massive organization with now over 100 chapters all over the world. Just tell me a little bit about what made you want to start this organization.
Well, I've seen a big gap between movements and resistance movements, and just studying history, studying people like Gandhi and Martin Luther King, and it really inspired me to take action. But most importantly, our main kind of philosophy is for everybody to be their own leaders, everybody to go out there and inspire others. And we started here in New York City with a bunch of young people, started meeting, talking to each other, and then we came up with the name, came up with the philosophy, and now we have over 215 chapters of our organization all over the world. And we never expected it even to grow out of New York City, but the idea just went all over the world as long, with our videos that we put out there to the world, and it just inspired a lot of people. And our main goal is pretty much to empower people and make them understand we all in ourselves have the authority to be the change we want to see in this world. So it's pretty much about enlightening other people, motivating other people, inspiring other people. So,
out of all the politicians that you've confronted, what was your most favorite, or which one stuck out the most?
It definitely has to be the first one that ever happened, and that was the Zbigniew one. My first question, it's a statement and then a question. Earlier on this year, you gave a speech to the Senate Foreign Relations Committee where you alluded to the fact that the Bush administration may stage a terrorist attack to justify a military action against Iran. And then in your book, you also acknowledged the fact that a memo was uncovered where Bush and Blair discussed painting a U-2 spy plane in UN colors so Saddam would shoot it down. Now, although you have argued that deceptions to the American people may be necessary in order to deal with these enemies, how are we to know how many other terrorist incidents have been state-sponsored false flag incidents, including the largest of one, the attacks of 9/11?
Because I was there, I said what I wanted to say, and I was able to run away from security who were not able to take my camera away from me and the tape away from me before it happened.
9/11 was an inside job, and Brzezinski is responsible for it. 9/11 is an inside job. You are responsible for Brzezinski. You will never get a New World Order. Never. National sovereignty will prevail. The New World Order is going down, sir. You can laugh. Wake up, people. Wake up. Research the New World Order. This is important. Look it up. Investigate it.
I was very thrilled to number one, be safe, number two, to get out of there, and number three, to show the world exactly what happened when a regular person speaks truth to power to such a treasonous individual such as Zbigniew Brzezinski. I mean, it was just incredible because we just started going out there filming politicians, asking them the hard questions, and then out of nowhere we see Seattle interview Norman Mineta. We see Minnesota go after Bill Clinton, and they started using the We Are Change name, and at first I was like, wait, who are these people? It's about going out there, doing what you feel is right, and showing the true power you have as an individual in this world, showing that, I am as equal as the Bill Clintons, or the Giulianis, or the Bloombergs, or the Karl Roves. I have that as much authority, I have that as much say as they do, because I'm a human being, and my life is worth equally as theirs, and I'm going to raise my voice because I have a voice, and I'm going to use it. I was in school on 9/11. And the dust actually came all the way to Brooklyn. You could actually write your name like it was snow in my dad's cars, and some of the papers. I even still have some of the papers that flew over there, and it was scary. I mean, a lot of people inside the school were talking about 8 other planes that were off course and that were around Brooklyn, and it was very traumatic. It was very scary. Being somebody in New York City as everything was happening. All the bridges were locked down. We couldn't go anywhere. The Verrazano was closed down. The Brooklyn Bridge was closed down. You couldn't really escape anywhere. Those are the only 2 bridges that you could get out of in Brooklyn. So, we were trapped, and the dust with asbestos and all these hazardous materials was everywhere.
I mean, literally, it was everywhere in New York City, especially in my area in Brooklyn. I mean, you don't have to agree with me. You don't have to, believe everything I say, but we're just trying to ask questions and take the authority back from, to the people, from the elites that have taken away our rights, our human dignity, our humanity away from us. And you can't deny the fact that our freedoms are being violated, that humanity is going in a downward spiral in society here today. And just understand what we're trying to do. We do it because we truly believe in our hearts we're doing the right thing. We know and we will fight for the betterment of humanity, of society.
Why hasn't the government helped the ill rescue workers, the first responders who gave their lives on 9/11, sir? We love this country. We should treat our police officers, our fire department, our first responders with respect, sir. They're getting no respect from you for what you're doing to them, sir.
Where do you plan to go from here, and where do you think We Are Change as an organization is going to go from here?
The future is pretty much in our hands. We decide where we want to go. It's not even it's not my decision, it's not my call. It's everybody out there watching right now that's going to make a stand and do something. And I don't know what's going to happen. All I know, it's up to you to decide what's going to happen.
All right, Luke Rudkowski, thank you very much.
You want to get mad, you got to confront him.